Thank you for watching this short video to give you a little bit of an insight into the course Homeopathy for the Family. My name is Evelyn Craig and I've been a homeopath for 20 years. And I've been teaching this course, Homeopathy for the Family, for many years. And the reason why I love teaching it is because I like to empower people. I like to empower you to be able to have tools that you can use when your family, friends, or yourself get sick. Just like I was fortunate enough to have this tool for over 20 years, and especially when my children were young and they wake up in the middle of the night with a fever or a sore throat or a headache, and there was something that I could do. I always felt empowered that I had a tool, which was a homeopathic remedy, to help my children and my family. And that's what this course is all about. I'd like to give you just a little bit of an insight on what you can expect from it and how homeopathic remedies can help you. So let me just change over to my PowerPoint presentation to discuss 2 of the 20 remedies that I teach in the course. So the first remedy I would like to tell you about is Arnica montana. You may have heard of it, a very well-known remedy, and it is for any type of bruising or trauma. So it could be head injury, sprains, concussions, or nosebleeds caused by any kind of trauma or head injury. So a great remedy for injuries from blows or falls. Great to have on hand if you have kids. I remember my son, pretty boisterous as he was, I needed a fair bit of arnica, and if I got to him in time, you could literally watch the bruise going down. It worked so well. So, as I said, arnica is mainly used for bruising and any type of injury, trauma. Of course, if it is a severe concussion or trauma to the head, seek medical advice. It can also be really useful for the shock from the injury. So, for example, if you were in a car accident and you got injured, you could use that for the pain, but also for the shock. So it will take care of the shock as well. And again, you may need medical attention, but arnica is a great remedy to take for the pain caused by the car accident and the shock. It is also a great remedy to use before and after surgery. So it will then help, again, it's trauma to surgery, it's trauma to the body, so it will help with the inflammation and the pain from the surgery. And so as soon as you can take it after the surgery, just continue taking it till the pain is gone. And I know I've had many clients where they could actually stop taking the painkillers and just take arnica instead. And it'll also help with the healing, so you get the extra benefit there. So that is arnica in a nutshell. In the course, of course, I'll go into it a lot more on how to take remedies, how often to take them, and so on. The second remedy I'd like to tell you about is Belladonna, or deadly nightshade. And that remedy has a sudden violent onset. So, for example, high fever, throbbing headaches, or sore throats. And the key word is red face, red throat. So typically children, when they get a fever, it can come on really fast and they get a really high fever really quickly. So it has this sudden onset and it's a high fever, and the keyword is red, so the face is red, and they may have a sore throat, or they may have just a high fever and you don't actually know exactly what the cause of it is, what kind of an infection it is. But as long as it is a high fever, generally it's above 38.5, Belladonna may help. So it's not the kind of fever that comes on slowly, like your child might show some symptoms, mightn't feel that well. Then it takes a couple of days for a fever to develop. That is not belladonna. Belladonna is fast. Your child might go to bed, still okay, and then wake up in the middle of the night with a very, very high fever. So that's belladonna. Or a really sore throat. If it is the kind of sore throat where you don't really want to eat or drink because swallowing hurts so much. So it's a razor blade sore throat. If someone just has a little bit of a sore throat, it is not belladonna. Belladonna is red, very red, and sore throat. It could also be used for a toothache, for example. But again, you would see that the gum is inflamed, that it's very red there. And then you can use it, of course, see the dentist. But in the meantime, you could use it for that. Or sunburn or sunstroke. Again, with sunburn, the skin is usually really, really red. So it could be used for that. Again, it's best to prevent it. But should it happen, then belladonna is the remedy to use. So we don't actually help diseases as such. We go by the symptom. So if it is a fast onset and red, really red and sort of fierce looking, then that is belladonna. So for example, it could be used for a boil. I remember in clinic, I had this mother bring in the son, and he'd been getting recurring boils, and they just wanted an alternative treatment to the typical doctor's treatment, who used to basically squeeze the boil. And the boy, you could see it, just wanted to have a look at it. And he was so scared because he obviously expected me to touch it and squeeze it. And he was really surprised that I just wanted to have a look at it. I didn't need to touch it whatsoever, but I could just see that redness, that fierceness in that boil. So I gave belladonna for that, and he got rid of the boil. So anything that is really, really intense and red, that is belladonna. So that brings me to the end of the video. Hopefully it's given you a little bit of an insight and has inspired you to learn more and find out more about the other 18 remedies and how they can be used, and how homeopathic remedies are used and how often to give them, and what you can expect from them. You'll learn all that in the course. Thank you very much for watching.